It's pretty cool when, after recording your entire script, you realize your microphone settings are too quiet, and so you then have to re-record everything. It's pretty neat. So I really needed to do something to meet my at least one video a month quota. So I figured I'd make a video bitching about other people bitching. Let's set the stage though. Nintendo 2021 E3 presentation is done. Well, at least at the time of the writing the script, it was just about finishing up. But at the time of recording this, it's been done for a bit. E3's done, right? Okay, so all the major E3 stuff is finally over. Personally, for me, nothing super exciting was announced. Some things were announced that I think's pretty cool, and I'll probably pick those up someday, but nothing that made me flip the fuck out in excitement, or whatever. Good old NT Systems wasn't working on new Fire Emblem, at least not as far as anyone could tell, which makes me blow some sad loads, since I was really hoping for a Fire Emblem Genealogy The Holy War Switch remake, but I will live. I will survive. I will get over this. It does not mean it will never happen. You gotta remember, these crazy fucks announced Paper Mario Origami King and then released it like a month later or whatever. Intelligent Systems is, however, making a new WarioWare and an incredibly well-polished remake of the first two 2000 whatever Advance Wars GBA games. I've briefly dabbled in Advance Wars before, especially since I needed background footage for this video, but I've never been a super huge fan or what have you. But I'll always have to be thankful to the Wars franchise, since it's like the older sibling to Fire Emblem, and back on the Famicom it predated the first one by a couple years or so. Anyway, so Inti cucked me and a handful of other random individuals who expected a Fire Emblem remake, and instead is working on this Advance Wars 1 and 2 remake with WayForward, who I assume are the ones mainly involved with it, but I also assume Inti still has some influence, maybe less than they did when they worked with Koei Tecmo on Three Houses, but I assume because it's still Inti's property, that they're at least somewhat involved. In my personal fucking opinion though, the Advance Wars remakes look pretty goddamn good. I don't know if I'll buy a release date or whatever, but I gotta admit that the aesthetic and stylization upgrade and transition from the GBA games that are nearly 20 years old at this point, yeah, it just looks real fucking nice. Yeah, the character designs seem to be slightly modernized or whatever, but I think you'd have to be a real stickler for the old sprite style to act as if any of this looks bad. And listen, I understand some people thinking remakes of old sprite games aren't great, or don't do the OG any justice. When it comes to Cave Story 3D, for example, I can definitely agree that the 3D aesthetic, at least how it was handled there, definitely does not replace the old sprite style. Simply did not transition well. But something like Metroid Samus Returns, that one I think actually looks pretty damn nice. But again, if you don't want the low poly 3D aesthetic over the sprites, then yeah, it won't appeal much to you. Especially if you were already taken with that Metroid 2 remake by Dr. M64. Here's the thing though, the Advance Wars Switch remake, I don't really get how anyone can look at this and go,
"Look how they massacred my boy."
Aside from it being HD assets instead of sprites, and the character designs being very slightly redesigned, what are the actual issues people have here? Do they feel like the American company WayForward can't do the Japanese game justice? Keep in mind that, unfortunately, the Advance Wars games got the Ace Attorney localization treatment, meaning that they changed character names, at least character names, don't know about location shit, since it's all made up stuff to my very limited knowledge anyway, but they changed character names to be less Asian and have more generic English names. My point being that if the issue some people have is that the designs feel too westernized or something, well, the Advance Wars games already got westernized as it is. If the issue is that the game isn't a 1920 by 1080 pixel, 16 by 9 aspect ratio art cum dump, then hey man, the old game still exists. Here's a bit of a postscript message thing, right? So, as far as I can even tell, these Advance Wars remakes aren't even going to Japan. They don't get them. That's so fucking wild. Even in the script I typed out here, I'm just kind of rambling, but it always baffles me when a remake of something comes out and the complaints are, it's not exactly like the old game, and they tried a different aesthetic, and that's bad. Or maybe it's just that dumb, tired out thought process of old equal good, new equal bad. But I think it's dumb, and I'm sick of it. But yes, the soldier faces, the soldier faces are a little spooky. I'll give you guys that one. If you want an upscaled, resprited, same engine version of the old GBA Advance Wars, then I guess the good news is I can see that kind of thing easily becoming a reality someday. Sonic 3 got a widescreen edition made by fans by reworking the source code, or whatever. I don't think it's too out of the left field to expect GBA games to get some kind of similar thing someday. I'm sure a lot of games, Advance Wars included, would need specific source code magic bullshit to work the way my brain imagines it would. It couldn't be a one-glove-fits-all scenario, that's for sure. Aren't SNES games getting widescreen hacks too? My point is, the Mad Lads are working on it so that you purists can get whatever it is you're looking for. And alright, real quick, I will say, Fire Emblem games, where instead of map sprites, it's 3D models, bleh, gross. So I do understand to an extent. Maybe if, like, in the Advance Wars remakes, all the map stuff were sprites, and the battle stuff be the dumb little toy models. But I'm literally just describing the 3DS Fire Emblem games though, so hey, this motherfucker is biased. With that hot take out of the way, how about all that E3 stuff? Were you too hurt by chaos? Do you wish to take chaos out back and beat the shit out of them? Oh man, Breath of the Wild 2, huh? Personally, it just looks like something you'd get as DLC in my opinion. But whatever, we still barely know a whole lot about it. And when it comes to Breath of the Wild, I'm a fucking downer, so don't listen to me. The new Mario Party seems cool. If I can't play as a Goomba, I'm gonna be upset. WarioWare ain't bad either. The gimmick of this new one seems like it'd get kinda old real fast though. And also that it might mean we're not gonna get a lot of micro games, so hopefully that's not the case. You know what? WarioWare DIY 2 should be a fucking thing someday. It'd be pretty perfect for the Switch, right? Also, where the fuck was that guaranteed Switch Pro reveal? You mean to tell me leakers aren't always telling the truth or right? Is that why we didn't get Crash and instead got traditional fighter game character number 4 in our Smash Brothers party game? Man, I'm really not enjoying this new DLC pass. Not letting Sakurai pick the characters anymore was a fucking bad decision, guys. I bet he would have given us Phoenix Wright or Paper Mario or something. I don't know, maybe Phoenix Wright is stuck to those Capcom versus fighting games. I don't know how all that legal shit works. Like, yeah, we got Ryu and Ken and stuff, but I assume those are some specific circumstantial exceptions to the rule, or whatever. I don't know. Well, let's see what I bitch about next month. Good gaming? Yeah, I lack the charisma to end up a fucking thing, man. Can you believe English was my best class in high school? What the fuck is this writing? Can you call this writing? Wow, I feel like a motherfucking brain-dead slug just slithering around looking for... Slither? Do slugs even fucking slither? Wait.
Chaos.